It's for the good. Family, Daddy lived a long, prosperous life, blessed with the richness of love, preaching the word of Christ. Daddy never wanted to sparkle silver and gold. He was happy just to be able to look out upon his foe. He had a humble, peaceful manner about him, even when things seemed to look dismal and dim. Because Daddy was wise and he understood that God would work it out and it was for the good. Family, Daddy taught us to always stick together in the spirit of love. No matter where our physical bodies were, we are bound to obey thereof. Remember Daddy when he was a fiery preacher across the pulpit? Well, so did Daddy remember, and it must have hurt him sometimes when he had to sit. But he just smiled, for he knew and understood that it was for the good. For the word says the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. And he knew he couldn't preach like he did when he was young and at his youthful peak. Yes, it must have still hurt him, for sometimes his eyes took on a nostalgic color of dim. But God saw this and knew it was time for him to call his faithful servant home from this cold winter time. Dad knew this and he was anticipating and prayed for God to call, but humbly and patiently kept waiting. But he ordered his robe, for he knew time was near. He knew that he wasn't going to wear that robe for preaching down here, for he had preached and preached faithfully while on this earth, and he knew that his next sermon would not be in this universe. No, this robe would be for an occasion he had waited for a long time. The robe added to his memory, and he began his heavenly upclimb. For he knew waiting at the door ready to greet him along with the seraphim would be his first lady of New Hope, Mom, smiling and looking at him. He would be in the robe, new body, looking every bit the fiery preacher as he did when she left, and she would say, I had news from loved ones who came before, but now I see for myself. And as Daddy and Mom took hands and walked towards the master, he turned to Mom and he asked her, Did you see our kids holding on? For I told them, even though the pain and sorrow, hold on to the promise. For I understood that God said I would see you again and that all things work for the good. This was written for Nanette Swanson, for her father, Pastor Scott White Sr.